Hey Instagram friends, it's Cathy Zielske here as promised, going live from my craft room. Annie Samuels, how you doing? I've got a setup here, and I'm gonna lay down some things that I'm gonna do. First things first, I'm gonna try to answer your questions as I see them, but honestly, I may not see them because I'm using my tripod today to do a little bit of filming and so I don't have to handhold this the whole time. Because my goal today is not for you to get sick to your stomach. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say hey, and here's another little point. If you have a question for me and I can't answer it, hey Susan, and you don't you want to know, just send me a DM. I will do my best to answer the DMs. It's kind of hard to get to all of them because honestly, Dan was so popular yesterday, I had more DMs than I've ever had on Instagram. Hey Heidi. So what I'm thinking is Dan needs his own show. I'm just going to say it. But I'm going to start here in the craft room / dining room. And right now we have great light. But what I'm going to do is disconnect the phone here for a second from the tripod. So it's going to get a little shaky for a second. Okay, you ready? Oh gosh, let's do this. All right, we're popping it like this. Now, I'm going to do a slow rotate. I'm going to do a slow rotate because we're going to be starting in the corner. But I need to figure out something. First things first. I just want to say, hey, welcome to my live. Let's see. Can I see with my glasses? Yes, I do have makeup on and I do have lip gloss on because I kind of thought, I just want to look good. You know what I mean? Straightened my hair yesterday. It's in my face. I feel like a new woman. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the kind compliments. In fact, I'm going to, again, I don't want to waste your time. Hey, Laura, guten Tag, Laura Bassen. My friend Laura is out way far. Yeah, the lip gloss for the win. This is all, this is underneath the Glossier, and on top it's it's that matte lip gloss. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to give you a peek inside where I work because I do work in a dining room. That's it. I don't have a tricked out craft room, although I have taken over the space quite handily. And we do eat here once every 5 years when we host Thanksgiving. So I just want you to know that. And again, I'm going to try to see, straightening your hair. It's a whole new thing. I didn't even know about this. Because when I was young and I had long hair, we didn't do things like that. It was just straight, and we all got perms because we didn't want long hair. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, I need to calm down. I was a little nervous about the live. I did do a little bit of cleaning up, okay? Not a lot. Well, okay. And the light in here is crazy. Like, this might look good, but when I flip my camera around, you're going to see a problem. Problem number one in my craft / dining room is I don't have blinds. I'm about to show you that. So we're going to start, and we're going to work our way around clockwise. Wait, no, counterclockwise. We're going to go counterclockwise, and I'm going to start by talking about my workspace. You ready? I'm gonna have to flip it around. The cool thing about my workspace, or the not so cool thing, is the table that I use is over 100 years old. It was Dan's grandmother's dining room table. And as charming as some of you people might think that is, like you folks that love the vintage, I hate it. Because the table moves every time I do anything on it. And if you look closely in my videos, you're gonna see that. All right, let's get started with the tour. Enough yakking. Here we go. So I want to start out, I'm going to actually give a slow pan of the room. And I am trying to do this as smoothly as possible. All right, I'm backing out because that's a wall. And when you come into my house, you will see a living room to your left, but you will see the dining room, okay? There it is in all its glory. We've never, well, I shouldn't say never. In 2002, when I started scrapbooking, I overtook this space. Now, the room didn't look like this, okay? I didn't have a door there. We remodeled our house over a decade ago. And so this looks a little different than when I first started working in here. But I basically have been scrapbooking in this space and crafting and card making since 2002. My kids have painted and spilled things. The floors are unfinished. See that line? Oh my gosh, they look horrible. And hello to all you people joining, okay? So we're gonna start slowly working our way around because I want to show you the basic setup. Someone said to me in a direct message the other day, they said, "You're so organized in your videos." Well, what you don't see is all the crap that I throw off to the side, right? I make it look organized, but I guess it's not as organized as it might appear. But here we go. Laptop is always here because this is what I use to film my videos. Now I have this cool little Archon mount. And again, if you have questions about these things, I'm gonna post a link later to a blog post that I did that talks about, for example, my studio lights and the thing that I, hold my camera with. Good afternoon, Crafts with Jaya. Okay, I'm trying to read comments and talk, so I'm gonna just talk. I have my mat that I film on, and again, you can see why this is a problem. I had to put one of my shields up so that the light wouldn't look completely heinous. But this is where I film my videos, and this magical little cable hooks into my laptop, and I use a program called OBS that allows me, hey Heather, to stream my video onto my laptop so that I can see what I'm doing. That has been so helpful, as opposed to, I used to just look down through my phone because I film all my videos with my phone at this time. I don't have a fancy camera, but that's that. Got this little bad boy here that I put some hand weights on, some barbells to hold it in place. I can't have the that mount on the table because if it did, you would all have motion sickness by the time I was done with the video. The table is absolutely heinous. I don't know, can you see the old legs? We're talking vintage. All right, now back here is where I keep most of my, oh, hi from Massachusetts. Here's where I keep most of my tools. And I would like to tell you that, the program, Mindy, OBS, and it's free. It's so sweet. I learned that from my friend Ian, the off-kilter crafter. So back here is where I just keep all the things that a crafter would use. Like this reminds me of Jennifer McGuire has that drawer she pulls out and she has all her stuff. This is my equivalent of that drawer. I have these little cups, and I don't know if you can tell, but my daughter made these in one of her pottery classes, and I just keep all my stuff in there. That's, all the tools, they all stay in here. I'd like to say there was more order to them, but it works for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like pens and things, and they're all there, and that's it. Yeah. So that's that. And that's where everything is. Now, this is a new thing I just got. This little tiered thing from, I got it from Letterfolk, but it's actually made by Yamazaki Home, and I just thought it would be really cute to keep like little things. Got oft-used things, including my cuticle serum from Olive & June. I don't think Sarah is watching. If she is, I would freak out, the owner of that company. But anyway, long story short, so that's working. All right. Now, over here, this I did clean up a little. This is a bin where once I use something, I shove it into the bin so that it gets filed away. And that's kind of all you need to know about that. So that's really it. That's the workspace. Most days it looks horrible and it's completely messy, and we're moving on. Now, I'm going to bring the camera over to the corner. Now, this is new. This corner did not exist in this form. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it because it kind of made me realize I was a serious crafter / card maker. And also all of the supplies, again, I don't use a ton of companies. I use things from OrganizeMore, which I absolutely love. Oh, my laptop is just perched on literally a little bin. It's a bin, so it gives me some elevation so that I can clear so it can be eye level. All right, coming back. But I use organizational things from OrganizeMore. Again, if you go to my blog and look at my sidebar, I have a link directly to them because I want to support them. And if you click through my links, you in turn support me. Yay! Affiliates. Okay, but this corner has changed my life. So I'm going to mount my camera here and try not to unplug. Okay, because I want to come over here with a steady hand and show you my drawers. Okay, sorry for the vibration. This is my cutting station, all right? And I'm gonna come in here and talk about each drawer. Let's open drawer number 1. Now I got this thing from IKEA, and it's, what is it called again? It's is it Alex unit? I think it's Alex. Okay, the top drawer is all geared towards embossing powders. As you can see, I've got my Hero Arts, Gina K, Simon Says Stamp, and Brutus Monroe. Those are the main companies yeah, thank you, Alex. It is the Alex unit. Those are the main companies I use for embossing powder. I've got all my bricks in here, so yeah, Lawn Fawn and Gina K Designs, and that's that. I love it. Shall we move on? Okay, drawer number 2. Literally my favorite drawer ever, because that is happiness. Now inside there I have my OrganizeMore ink cubes, organizers. I have 3. I don't think I need more at this point because I'm kind of maxed out on cubes, but you can see here 2 will stack in one of these drawers, and that is, oh my gosh, Tim Holtz. You know I love you, man. This is joy. So underneath here I have Hero Arts cubes and Altenew. I keep my Distress cubes here, and only in the last couple months, I managed to complete the collection thanks to Tim Holtz. And Tim, I love you for sending me cubes, because you tried to get me to use Distress inks probably a decade ago, and I remember thinking, what would I do with these? Now I know. And the other piece in here, which is also one of the first sets of inks I ever had completely, all of the Gina K Designs ink cubes. And I will tell you, having all of the Gina K Design ink cubes made me buy all of the large size pads, which are up top in the shot that I just showed you. Fantastic. I love Gina's inks so much. The next tray that I want to fill is Simon Says Stamp cubes, and I've got my Simon Says Stamp inks off camera. All right. Next drawer. This is embellishments, sequins, you know what I mean? All of that kind of thing. And I love that too. Hang on a second, I gotta grab something. All right. Again, this is overflowing at this point, and I probably should get another one of these bead trays, because these things are awesome. And right now I'm kind of overflowing a little bit. So that's mostly that. Moving on. Next drawer. This is paint and other media, if you will. So I've got all of my watercolors in here. And in fact, I'm going to show you. This is one of my favorites. This is the thing I've been using most. Let's see if I can show that on camera. The American Crafts little palette. I freaking love this thing. Love it. You can do a lot with this, and I learned that from Christina Werner. But I've got my paint materials in here, all my watercolors. I've got ink foam or blending foams and other things, and well, there you go. All right, we're gonna show you this drawer. This drawer is ribbon and washi tape. Thank you. And we'll go to the very bottom. The very bottom right now is less organized. This is where I keep stuff from, let's see, deco foils in the bottom, and why don't craft in the room? Oh, sorry, I got to answer this. Why do I not craft in the room with my computer? I'm going to tell you about that, because it's an interesting story. Finish in that bottom drawer, glitz, glitter gels, deco foil, all kinds of good stuff, and now we're going to move on. Well, wait, before we move on, let me flip the camera for a second. This is going to be a bad angle. Okay, so the reason I do not craft in my room upstairs, I might have to show you the room. Okay, the room was an office that Dan and I shared for many, many years. And the room, you have to walk through that room to get into my daughter's bedroom. So because of this, it's not an ideal, here I'm going to rotate the camera a little bit. It's not an ideal space to have crafting, also because the air conditioning in my house, this house was built in 1917. And I wish the air conditioning worked upstairs, but here's how it works. When the air is on, you have basically, how does it go? It's 30 degrees in the basement, it's 70 degrees here, and it's like 100 degrees upstairs. It is not a room that I would want to work in, and because I shared it with the hubs, well, so it's not set up for crafting. It's small. I have thought about converting it, but honestly, because I have spent most of my work hours working on the computer and designing and working for publications. For example, I work for Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine as their art director and design products and all those things. All that stuff just kind of takes up its own space. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is why I craft down here. It's never happened upstairs. There just isn't room. I don't know. My office upstairs is really small. All right, we're gonna lift the camera It's like I'm on a crazy camp. Now I'm going to show you something really cool. And I apologize because you can't buy this thing, all right? But I'm going to talk about my next piece. Boop. There she is. Oh, let's try to get it straight. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. All right. I had a cabinet built. Hey, Lisa, I know you. I had a cabinet built in 2006. It was right after I wrote my first book. So I've written a couple books. I should have them as visuals. I don't. But when I wrote those books, I got an advance on the book, and because they paid me for it, which is pretty awesome. I did a book about scrapbooking. Actually, I did two. And when I got the money, I said to Dan, I am going to have a shelf built for crafting stuff. And he was like, all right, I don't care. And so that's what happened. And now, even though this is more crooked than I'd like, let's see if I can straighten you out a little. Can I do that? Yeah, not really. Okay, can you see that? Okay, let's see. Thank you. Okay, so this is a really happy space. And actually, you know what? I am going to show you a closer up look. I'm going to undo the camera and try not to actually, sorry about that. That was a little loud. So here's the true story about the cabinet. It was built for me by a man. I have no idea how I found him, but he was the guy who built all the display merchandising for the Archivers chain of scrapbook stores in Minnesota. So I don't know how I found him. Maybe it must have been someone at Archivers who told me that they are now defunct. And once I got that contact, he knew exactly what I wanted because I wanted shelves for cardstock. Now, those of you who know or don't know, scrapbooking, which I've done for a long, long time, Cathy Olmsted, that's who it was, Lisa? That sounds right. Okay, Lisa, I feel like you might have been my connection on, I don't even remember. We're gonna have to talk offline about that. Okay, Cathy Olmsted, that's how I found out, and that sounds right, except my middle-aged brain can't remember it. But the good news is I have room for all my 8.5 by, oh, that's right! Her husband was the owner of Archiver. Sorry, guys, I'm just having all this, things that I forgot. Anyhow, he knew the guy who built the shelves knew what I needed, and that was to have space for my 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Well, the thing is, as a scrapbooker, I've always done 8.5 by 11. I only did 12 by 12 when I had to for assignments, but it's always been my choice of size, and so it worked out great. So this is where I store all my cardstock. That up there is a mix of Gina K Designs and Simon Says Stamp. I used to be a Basil girl, but you know what? I just didn't know about Gina, didn't know about Simon cardstock. Now I'm obsessed. Okay. Now, in here, I just keep these are like my swatch rings. This is one of my favorite ones, my Copic marker swatch ring. Say that 3 times fast. My cardstock rings, so that when I choose things. Also, this little guy there, that is one of the very first things I ever colored, and that was one of my very first stamp sets. Thank you. That's my daughter. And that's a note from Tim Holtz back there, because Tim, I love you, man. All right. In here, I also keep all of my white cardstock, and yes, it's all Nina Solar white, 110 pound and 80 pound. I buy reams of it, and it's the best thing I ever did. And just things, it's kind of a hot mess. Up here, see that little guy up there? Those are my Zig markers. Little scrapbooks, stamps, all kinds of stuff up there that I don't even want to talk about. Greek cards that people send me. Ian, I think you sent me that one in the front if you're ever watching this and you see this on replay. Again, ink refillers and distress sprays, and that's actually where I keep my cameras and more things here. So, I mean, it's a great cabinet, right? Well, there's more. Now, this is changing. I'm sorry this won't even open all the way. So I recently got a bunch of stuff out of here so that I could get more out of my space. So my die storage and stamp storage goes just like Jennifer McGuire, okay? And I keep cards and envelopes in here, right? You see all that? That's another bin. And slowly but surely, I am going to expand down here. Now, this used to be all scrapbooks. I took them all out and I put them somewhere else. There's still scrapbooks at the bottom, but That is expanding because my die storage is expanding. But I did, you know, I have a video on the blog that, that talks about this, you know, and how I store dies and stamps. It's just like Jennifer McGuire. Here's my advice for you on organization. If you're ever confused, just go to her blog, type in organization. She's the one who set me straight, and I decided I'm not cutting any corners. I'm going to work with the space I have and make this work. The only thing I wish I had, and I have a friend who is in construction, I might have him swap out these shelves so that I can pull them out like Jennifer's pull out, because I'm not going to find more space. Does that make sense? So again, I want to say this cabinet, I spent about $600 to have it made. Best money I ever spent. So there's that. I wanted to point this out. This is just an old cabinet. There's just, the reason it's funny is those are the antenna off my bee costume. We had to take them off of the, oh, it's a long story. I just put it that way. That's for my bee costume. And underneath here are just things that need to be filed, and there you go. Now, I'm going to come here and talk about this cabinet. This cabinet was also created by, oh my gosh, this video is getting way longer than I thought it was. Okay, this video was also created by the same people who made the archiver shelves. And again, he knew exactly what I wanted. So it's got this really cute beadboard side. It's super sturdy. And so up top, it's where I keep my die cut machine. It's where I keep my Copic markers and all my ink blending brushes. And then this is a little place here where I tend to put things in that are upcoming and projects that I want to work on. And now I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk about the spaces. All right. Okay, I won't rush. I don't want it to be too long, you know what I mean? And I kicked everyone off the internet so I could do this because they love me, because we're all working at home. So, all right, pattern papers fill up the space on the sides, and each one, here's what I do. I don't organize by manufacturer, I organize by color. That's it. And as we get further down, there are multicolored shelves, specialty paper, and honestly, this is the one I hit up the most. This is like all of my Simon glitter cardstock, etc. This thing is freaking awesome, and I love the glitter cardstocks because that's Mama's way of making glitter. Oh yeah, and these shelves mostly pull in and out. Not all of them do. And then down here, these are my scrap bins. So when people, I've had people in videos say, "You're so wasteful with your paper." Honey, I put it all in the scrap bin. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is like, here's the red, orange, yellows, here's the green, blue, violets, the neutrals, and the whites. Mama doesn't waste. Look at that. That's from Christmas 2 years ago. All right. Okay, we're moving on. Hello. Oh, you know what? I need that. I need to open this. Also important, LaCroix. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is probably the best shelf ever. This is, that's my Misti shelf. Now, it used to be the pink Mistis in the top shelf, but I recently got the brand new Hero Arts black framed Misti or black rulered Misti. Love it, right? And I don't know if the Misti folks know how much this has changed my life, but the Misti honestly has made stamping possible for me. So I can't even, I would not have done what I'm doing without it. So, and I have a third Misti. Where is it? I have a third, oh yeah, there it is right there. I have a third Misti. But now I want to show you something that is probably my favorite shelf in my craft room. And it is this. I call this the adhesive center. I just want you to take it in. The adhesive center is where my most used adhesives go. That would be liquid adhesives. That would be thin foam squares. I am a huge fan of scrapbook adhesives, thin foam squares. They are amazing. They are amazing in multiple sizes. They add the perfect amount of dimension, and etc. and so on. I'm in love with and want to marry Gina K Designs dot adhesive from Thermoweb. I'm just going to say it. It is my favorite. If I showed you how big my stash of refills are, I don't think you would like me anymore. I keep a lot on hand. But my adhesive center is awesome, and underneath here is where my craft foam is, okay? All right. So that's my favorite shelf. Again, with my Misti here, I have masking paper. Each shelf is kind of designed. Now this is one, oh, I haven't even had a chance to play with this. I have the hot glimmer foil system. I had some really fun ideas for Christmas, but I never got around to them. The thin foam squares are from Scrapbook Adhesives. Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L, the best. What is this? That's more, that's just stuff. So there's my hot foil system. Again, I'm going to learn how to use this thing and it's going to be great. More shelves. I keep a book. You know, I use this. I use it to flatten out things that feel a little warped. So I just put them in a book and stick them under something heavy. Got little pieces of black foam that I use for popping things out. More black foam and a little paint board. Am I doing okay with handheld? This all needs to be replenished right now. This is where I keep my storage pockets and they're coming back. Anyway, it's a great, and that's all just old pattern paper at the bottom. So there's that. The thing is, this was initially just designed to be for holding paper, but it has turned into so much more, and that is, thanks to card making, okay? Top shelf doesn't pull out, it's kind of stuck, but this is where I keep my replacement plates and my embossing plates. You know that guy in there? Shelf 2, Big Mama foam roll, okay? And I know some people have said to me, Cathy, that is so wasteful. Why do you spend the money? And to my reply is that, you know what? Life's short. Okay, so I'm popping that in. I love that foam tape. I don't know what's happening in there. Also, an important shelf, the Score Buddy gets its own shelf. Because why not? Greatest tool of, again, great tool. Now, here's a cool shelf. These are my projects in progress, okay? When I am working on something, whether it's for a class, whether it's for an assignment, whether it's for a blog hop, these 3 shelves are always full of product. For example, there is some brand new product in there that I shouldn't show you from close to my heart that I will be using in my next column of scrapbooking cards today. I keep things in there, and that's where I keep them. The rest of these shelves, I'm just going to tell you, are a hot mess. It's product that I need to sort through and file, and that's it. Oh, and then down here at the very bottom, I have page protectors. So that's a look at this thing, and I'm gonna step back again because I do think it's pretty amazing. It's a fantastic piece. And again, I wish that I could source this for you, but I can't. And I'm just grateful that I have it. Again, overtaking the space. Let's do a slow pan. Oh, there's the living room. And yes, my studio lights always stay up, okay? I'm gonna keep coming around and I'm gonna show you the last part, all right? The last part is this really weird corner that I have just overtaken. And when I talk about that foam adhesive, I want to show you what I'm talking about because I have a huge stash of foam squares. Now, these are not the thin ones. These are the thick ones, okay? But there you go. This is where I keep more things. Now, I'm going to open this drawer. And again, I kind of had to say to the hubby, I need this space, okay? This is my job, and I need these drawers. And I think he said, yeah, all right. This is a little messy, but it's where I keep some tools and it's not that great. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's where I keep tools and things like that. I didn't think this drawer out that well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep going. Next drawer. This is the embarrassment of riches. Okay. Maybe I was afraid that I would get stuck and I wouldn't have adhesive, but Gina K, I love you, and ThermoWeb, thank you, because you know where to go if we run into a national shortage of Gina K adhesive dot runner. The other thing that I have here is my labeling system, and again, learned all of this from Jennifer McGuire because I trust her, and I trust that she has tested some stuff out, and again, I cannot stress that enough. If you're looking for a way to get started, I only did all of this because I paid attention and I trust Jennifer McGuire. And apparently my husband adores her, which is, obvious. All right. Now the funny thing is here, I'm going to push all this stuff back. This was originally the start of my stamp and die storage. This is when I started card making in 2017. I had every single company that I had stamps from, and this is all the space I had. Well, you can imagine after about 6 months, Mama ran out of space. So this is still where I keep some of the product, but it's kind of mixed and matched in multiple places, and I'm working on that, okay? But this is where I keep cling stamps, okay? They all go in here. Most of these are from Simon Says Stamp and Hero Arts. I'm going to come over here really quick and show you my stencils. Stencils, all back in here. Lots of good stuff. And other random things, but this, ideally, all of this will be incorporated into my other space. So I'm going to kick this shut with my slippers. Okay. And I'm going to do a slow pan, coming back around. So that, my friends, that's my craft space. So I don't know if that was helpful, and I don't know if you have any questions, but I'm going to let's see here, I'm going to get this set up so that I don't have to hold this with my hands. So hold on just a second. The internet has really been cooperating. Okay, so that's it. This is where I work, and it's what it looks like, and I don't know. I'm going to save this video. I'm going to share it to my Facebook page. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to hold for questions. Gosh, that's good. That's good. You know how people would go to Costco and load up on the toilet paper? Not me. This is what I loaded up on because I figured if I had a choice, toilet paper or LaCroix. Thank you, no. All right, so I'm going to end the video because I feel like I don't... Oh, wait, are there more... Oh, there's more comments. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, there's okay, there we go. Comments coming in. I didn't see it. I didn't understand. Where are the pen holders from? Oh, okay. Pen holders, OrganizeMore. Again, if you go to cathyzielske.com/blog, go to my blog and look down on... Oh, Simon's there. Hi, Simon. I didn't realize there were comments still coming. Anyway. If you go to my sidebar, there's an OrganizeMore, it says a shop OrganizeMore, whatever. I support them, and then you in turn would be supporting me through affiliate purchases if you want to go check out what they have. I cannot recommend them highly enough. I think their products are fantastic. The company is wonderful. Again, another small company out there that I'm pulling for, and if I can promote their products, I think they're fantastic. Okay, let's see. Do I use pattern paper? I do. Yeah, I do when I'm scrapbooking, more so. What's the one storage thingy you like to work? Okay, I can't read that one. I'm not sure what that question is. What's the one storage thingy you like to work into your space? Like which one is my favorite thing? Honestly, it's that Alex door unit. That thing is ridiculous because it's kind of changed this into a serious space. I know you would think that like behind me makes it in that thing. Believe me, when I got the Alex unit from IKEA, completely changed just the way I was organized and the way I was working. But also, I think when I got into card making, I needed more organization. And as I started designing stamps and dies, I just realized I needed to be more organized. Again, what's the thing that I don't have yet? Well, I need more. I want more stamp ink organizers for all of my Simon Says Stamp inks. But I actually have one. It just doesn't match those. It's one of the original ones, and I actually just need help getting it on the wall. But the one thing that I would love to have that I don't are pull-out drawers in that cabinet. And I think I'm going to try to have my friend Jack, if I can hire him, come and make those for me. I do not have a Gemini. I'm curious to have one, and I may invest in one because sometimes my wrists are a little not good. Let's just put it that way. And I have wrist issues just from clicking and pointing for years and years and years. And I feel like a Gemini is in my future. The die cutting machine that I have now is the Spellbinders Platinum 6. I've had it for probably 2 years. I friggin' love it. It's fantastic. All right, I'm going to answer more questions here. Pull-out drawers. Yeah, pull-out drawers would be awesome. I think so too. All right. Do you know any challenge or number to connect more? I'm from Argentina. I don't, but I'm sure like if you maybe search a hashtag for like hashtag Argentina crafters, you might meet more. Do you know what I'm saying? There might be Facebook groups because I feel like there's Facebook group for everything. All right, yes, Spellbinders Platinum 6, how not to get scratch marks on your paper from the cutting place. Okay, Soul Shine Design, yeah, I do. I'm gonna show you what it is. Unfortunately, it's replacing your plates. So I realized that once plates get a little mucky, I replace them. And I know it's one of those extra expenses. Like when I first got my die cutting plates and I was die cutting, and I think I messaged Jennifer McGuire and I said, my plates are getting marked up. What do I do? She's like, well, over time, you're going to have to replace them. I had no idea. So that is one way that when I start seeing those marks showing up, I replace my plates. Or I do this. Simon Says Stamp Teflon Bone Folder. Okay, I've had this for a long time. I've had this from the beginning. This will, if you put this on cardstock, it will actually, you can start to sort of burnish out marks on your cardstock. I do this like on the little poke holes sometimes if they show, and it's pretty cool. All right, what is my profession? I am a graphic designer by trade. I have worked as a print and publication designer since I was 22 years old. I am now 54, so that's a long time, and I still work as a graphic designer. I design, hold on a second. Well, I designed this magazine, Scrapbooking Cards Today. This has been something I've done for the last 4 years, and it's amazing. And I design now stamps and dies for simonsaysstamp.com, which has been a gift of a freelance gig. I freaking love it. And yeah, primarily print design. I'm not as creative as you would think. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see, any more questions? Oh my. Teflon bone folder, fantastic. Yes, love it. Those nails, oh my gosh. Okay, I know that Sarah Gibson Tuttle is not out there right now, because if she was, she would say hi. And Sarah, you're not going to see this, so it doesn't even matter. But I am going to say, a lot of people right now maybe freaking out about your nails. There is a whole series called Manny 101 on Olive & June, which is my favorite new nail polish company, and they're teaching people how to do their nails, and it's pretty easy to do. Okay, can we get that mag in the US? Yes. You can find Scrapbooking Cards Today at Barnes & Noble, sorry. I just became that person. Barnes & Nobles, it's a plural. Now I know Barnes & Noble is not open right, wait, it is Barnes & Noble, singular. I know it's not open right now, but you can also view this online for free, like today at scrapbookandcards.com, or you can subscribe, because even though this magazine is published in Toronto, you can subscribe to this and have it delivered. And it smells so good. And they print it on the nicest paper you can imagine. This is no onion skin, okay? This is no onion skin paper. It's really beautiful. It's really substantial. And it's a joy to hold in your hands. And the price is good. All right, let's see here. I'm going to hang on for a few more minutes. Gosh, this has gone 40 minutes. I just, hold on a second. I have to grab something. Actually, no, I just had to blow my nose really quickly. I'm fine. It's just because I've been talking so much. Anywho, but yeah, I appreciate you peeking in here and seeing my space, because I'm fine. I promise. See, there's no germs here. You know what I mean? Oh, and my nails. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping here. I appreciate all the people that follow me on Instagram. I appreciate when you click on things that I share. Because I am self-employed, like a lot of people out there, I'm grateful for an audience, because the audience allows me to, march my wares out in front of you, and I never take that for granted. So I want to start doing some more fun things while we're in quarantine. I think it would be really fun. I have this idea to do just a very short series on design, which is just like, well, let's take a look at one card and one scrapbook page, and let's talk about what's going on design-wise and why they work, because I am such a believer in design, and understanding how design principles work is as much a tool for you as a crafter and creator as your bone folder or your die cut machine or your stamp positioner. So anyway, Simon, I'm so glad you were here too looking. I just didn't see the comments, and well, but I'm going to save this video, and I hope that I don't mess it up when I hit save. Oh, tally ho in Devon, England. Okay, that was a terrible accent. Please, my apologies to the great nation of the United Kingdom. All right. Yeah. Okay. And also, yeah, today, if you get a chance, go check out the Simon Says Stamp Insta story, although that will be gone. Well, it won't be gone. I don't even know, but I did an Instagram takeover. It was really fun. I thank you for joining me. Again, if you have any questions, honestly, the fastest way to get me, Cathy at cathyzielske.com. I will see those emails. I will answer your questions. All right? Okay. And have a fantastic day. I hope everyone is hanging in there and remaining positive as you can be. And take a break from the news and just create something beautiful. Thanks, everyone.